We're all under the weather. Best food is anything soup related. So we're gonna make a Filipino, would you call this Filipino soup or Filipino stew?
Soup.
Yeah, this is a Filipino soup that's almost like a stew though, because
yummy and fatty that is.
oh yeah. Okay, so these are the ingredients. We love our pork sinigang, and we have some vegetables. Some are traditional, but we have our own little flair on it. We have pork belly and pork shoulder. We like to get at least some of the bone in there. Normally I have more, so pork spare ribs, but this is what we got today. For the vegetables, of course, bok choy, daikon, which is Japanese radish. Kale, this is really unique for us, but we like adding the kale. It really stands up to the soup. Tomatoes, so we got an heirloom tomato that we'll chop up, as well as, I don't know if her plan was to do this, but she had these sugar balm grape tomatoes. We love the savoriness of tomatoes in there. And then green beans. This is our favorite soup mix or sinigang packets. We use a nice big pot. I've got some rice going right here. Judy's also making rice. The thing is, the girls are hungry, so we gotta cook this pretty quickly. I know that my traditional clay pot will make the rice way faster, but this is gonna feed us all. This is on a very low heat. Normally we put some kind of oil in there, but there's so much fat on this pork belly. I'm just gonna go ahead and lay it down like that. See, it's just way easier to handle when it's cut lengthwise. And then later we'll be able to chop them. Okay, if you want a brand that will last you 10 years, Zol Jirushi is the way to go. We just cooked 8 cups of rice in this, along with 3 cups in that. So Judy's putting away the salt and pepper shakers. Because I didn't know you didn't add salt.
This.
Oh, really?
Because of this.
Huh. I didn't know that. I just assumed you add salt.
That. The first ingredient is salt.
Okay, cool. Well, that's good to know. If you're using these packets, you don't need salt.
I mean, I don't know. I never did.
I wouldn't do it too high, though, because it's going to splatter.
Are you cooking it?
No.
Okay.
I'll just stand up here.
Is that a different version of sinigang?
Yeah, you and Mom boil it.
So
right?
that must be Benjamin sinigang, version of Benjamin sinigang.
It's Benji's bougie sinigang.
Oh, wow.
Do you ever use pork belly?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's what we use for
We like to caramelize the outside for the flavor.
Yeah, that looks really good and something different that maybe I can try with it.
Different.
Well, you know, you grill the sinigang, the pork first.
Yeah.
I'm already craving. I'm excited.
Okay, honey, what are you doing now?
Can you guys watch this Benji and Judith's version of sinigang?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I forgot onions.
Yeah. You still can do
Did
it.
I get it?
Yeah, it's good right now.
Yeah, just
Is this enough?
this one is good.
Fine.
Alright, so she added the onions. And after the tomatoes, onions, pork. Add the water. Now, how much water is that, honey?
I don't know.
She never measures, just like mama.
You want to boil it and bring it to a simmer, and then I let it sit for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
To cook.
45 minutes
Yeah.
before you get all this in there?
Yeah, because I don't want to overcook the vegetables.
Oh, got it.
But I want to cook the meat tender.
Yeah.
So then I'll put this in.
Oh, okay. You put the
So it
flavor in there.
flavors everything. And trust me, there's all the salt in there. So
Yeah.
it doesn't need any other salt or pepper. I mean, I'm sure some people do it, but it's been about 40 minutes.
This is what it looks like. Some of the meat's floating. Okay, so what are you adding right now?
This is a daikon. I'm adding in the thickest, one that takes the longest.
And then what will be after this?
The green beans.
Alright, green beans. And how long will you cook these 2 ingredients?
I don't know, like 3 minutes.
3 minutes? Oh, that's not long. So she had it on a
Because
simmer
it's still,
heat.
It's still gonna
Are you gonna
be
turn up the
cooking.
heat?
Yeah, I am. It's still gonna cook like once I add the rest of the stuff. So Yay, rice is done.
We got double rice. We got rice in the rice cooker, rice in the traditional clay pot.
I just want to know if this
Look at the layout. She'll play with her.
summer enough.
Look at
Okay, good.
the
Sinigang has to be the most healthiest food that I think Judy makes. That's Filipino, I think.
Gotta consider still lots of sodium.
Okay, but I mean,
But-
but all the vegetables. Look at this. Like, when would you ever eat this? Only in a
Oh
green
my
juice,
gosh, this just makes me so happy.
right? As I mentioned, since we're sick, this is my go-to. If we had a vacation or a long weekend, ate a whole bunch of junk, just ate out, sinigang, first thing. All the vegetables, the bone broth, because yes, we do put the bones in there. All the girls love it. Sometimes I'll have 2 or 3 bowls of it, even Bella. Next is green beans. She's just going in the order of density.
You know what? When
This
you
is good
see
B-roll.
the oil on top,
Yeah.
that's when you know it's gonna be tasty.
Yeah. I know
That's
some
so
people, they like to take away the oil, but we keep it in there because that's some good flavor. That's some good fat right there. Do you want sinigang?
Boogie. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it down, but since this is still a little thicker, I want
Oh,
to
yeah.
cook a little bit.
Definitely need to cook
I
that
just
down.
turn it down.
Papa was making fun of us because he says this is the Benji style sinigang.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier, remember?
Yeah, I know.
That's your version of
My
Filipino
version.
sinigang.
In fact, a lot of the ingredients in the style sinigang we make are Japanese ingredients. So Japanese daikon, Japanese eggplant. We don't use Japanese green beans, but normally it's that longer. Is it the Chinese green beans that Filipinos use? We just use French green beans,
Not mommy.
but we do like to use local ingredients. It's gonna be better for you. Travels less. Seasonal. Kale actually grows all year long.
Yeah, cooking.
Alright, so we're adding the bok choy now. This is the last ingredient Judy always adds. Usually turns the heat down to the lowest setting, if not completely off, and then just lets the residual heat cook it. I would put a little bit of heat in there though,
Yeah, I
because
will.
the stalks of
It
these
is.
are really thick. So normally we get baby bok choy. I think this was just regular bok choy, so we're gonna have to cook it a little bit. Baby bok choy is preferred for us. It's really tender. It's really easy to chew. But when you use a regular side bok choy, you kind of have to cook it a little bit. Alright, so we had to cook it a little bit longer. But is it looking good now?
That's looking
everything,
much better now.
Everything is
It's
softened
kind
up,
of-
so that's good.
That's it. It's ready to eat.
There we go.
You forgot silly.
What's
Pepper.
Oh, snap.
It's okay. Sealy.
Yes,
Sealy.
yes,
I called
okay.
it silly. Sealy.
Hey, Bella Boo! Are you ready for sinigang? Are you ready for sinigang?
Oh, I see, Boogie.
Oh yeah.
Let's watch the vegetables.
And lots of meat too. Like I want some of that pork belly. There you go. After being sick and needing some good nutrients, this is gonna be perfect. Very good. Thank you. Thumbs up?
You're welcome, man. No.